It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's show. What is it? March 3rd, just like that. Chevo should be here in a moment. Got touring in Tennessee. And we're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesale and real estate where your cash or credit can be literally irrelevant. Title, can I wholesale land with just $1? Title is coming from what people are looking for on Google, just a slight adjustment. So I'm assuming people are looking for it. Google says so I am going to follow suit. So we'll get into that pretty much immediately on it. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to be alerted whenever we go live and upload new content, tap the little bell, share this. Follow us on all the platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, Twitch, X, formerly known as the Twitter. We're in Pinterest even. So there we go. So what we're going to do is, can you wholesale land with just $1? That's basically saying zero. Just another way of saying it. Just looks a little bit better. We know most people can come up with $1. And we know everybody can come up with zero. So we're born with zero. So anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to focus on this one simple way of getting into it. And I've spoken about it before. Now we're just going to use two simple free tools. We're going to first use we're going to use Zillow and Zomps, then a paid tool to somewhat show how you would actually build a list if you wanted to or whatever. So yeah, okay, make sure I get in there. Okay, cool. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Zomps, and we're going to add this extension, Google Chrome extension. You must be on a desktop or a laptop to get here. So we're going to hit add to Chrome and then add extension, and boom. Next, we'll go over to Zillow.com. And we are going to, I just want to show you, I think I showed this did I show this the other day? Just to show you.
What were you talking about? This area, or what was you talking about that you showed?
Just how many properties are available at once. Nationwide that are for sale.
No, I don't think you did that.
Okay, I think I did it on the flipper, not here. So this is what I'm gonna do is, right. So I'll turn that on in a second. All right, so I'm gonna remove the boundary, and I can go ahead and turn this on, right? I'll turn it back off. All right, then I'm gonna take my draw tool and just draw around the United States, right? Okay, so I can go ahead and get some of Canada. All right, and so some of Mexico. I cut off just a little bit of California, but that won't matter. Just you'll see the point, right? So if I hit apply, and then I turn this on, right? Mm-hmm. Now, just overall properties for sale, there's over 1 million, right? Just mm-hmm. Overall properties for sale. Okay. Now, if I get in here and I start to filter this, all right, so I'm going to just want to only look at houses for sale, right? And I am going, what we normally look for, with just total houses, no matter the foreclosure, auction, or whatever, it's over 852,000. that we filter it out like we normally do for the KISS method. No auctions, no coming soon, no foreclosure, no new construction. There are 596,000 properties for sale at one time. That'll just change by the second, right? Because people always adding properties and removing properties that are actually for sale. That's nationwide, right?
Right.
500, almost 600,000 properties for sale. All right, let's just say, hey, we just want to look at just land that's for sale. Well, let's do this before we get to land. We want to look at multifamily that's for sale. It's over 35,000 now. A lot of times that may be just a duplex or, and up. So if you want to like filter and say, hey, I want to do larger apartment buildings, like maybe 5 units or more, what you can do is go into more right here and just select the square footage of at least 5,000 square feet or more. And now you'll start to get into buildings, right? So that's 3,500 that are for sale. Just multifamily. And with the KISS method, I would encourage you to target those. But whenever you target them, make sure you Google the address to see if it's listed on LoopNet or Crexy. Because it's listed there, then the agent is just doing the proper amount of marketing, just putting it everywhere they can. But if it's not listed on LoopNet or Crexy, then we probably are dealing with an agent that's outside of their normal thing, which is houses, right? Mm-hmm. And those are the ones we'll want to target. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, now we're here to talk about land. So if I remove this filter here, right, and I'll go back here and I change this from lots to land. I mean, from multifamily to land. There were 374,000 parcels of land that are for sale. Whether that's 1,000 square feet up to 1,000 acres, I guess, or whatever. So there's a lot of opportunity there. I just wanted to show you guys that of how much technically these are warm leads. So just using the houses, so we're talking 600,000 houses. So what percentage, so now there's no cold calling, no text messaging, all that in the sense of just cold leads to the owners of an off market, which obviously you can do deals that I preached it for years. But my goal is always try to give you the least expensive path to a deal and the one that's less time consuming, right? Okay, so you just need to know what to do. So 600,000 properties, Torrin, we'll just say at any given one time, probably during the spring, summer, that number probably goes up quite a bit, right? But we know here we're probably at the bottom, just got out of February, 600,000, right at 600,000 is the bottom. So 10% of that is 60,000. 1% is 6,000. If I'm doing it right, yeah. So if you did from that 600,000 properties that are for sale, right, at any given one time, if you did 60 of those, I think I'm doing it wrong. So 60 divided by 600,000, you're at like, it don't even do the math. What is it?
Factors.
Factors is so low. I don't even know what the percentage is, but we know it's 0.000 something, right? And that's life changing for people. Just like 6 will make a huge difference in most. Even if you're just doing 6 and you made $5,000, or even an extra $30,000 changes most people's situation.
For sure, yeah.
An extra $30,000 a year changes most people's situation. But you talk about 60, now you're talking to $300,000. We know that changes people's situation.
For sure.
This is why I'm just trying to drive home the point of really what you're having to do. You just need to know what to do. But of course, that's what the KISS training shares with you. And one other thing on the KISS method, I went ahead and I should have did this from the beginning because it's just so simple to do. That initial message that you send out to agents, I just had ChatGPT to come up with 10 messages that say the same thing without saying the same thing, right? And so these are just different versions of it. So you want to mix these up. I put 10 here. You just want to mix these up, right? Okay. So even if your text message, so it won't, be spamish. So, just mix it up, so that's the point. So just randomly use any of these. They're all going to say the same thing. Like number one, hello name. Hello, Jim. Where can I send an offer on your listing? Listen, address your name. Hello, Jim. I'd like to submit an offer on your listing. Where should I send it? Hello, Jim. I'm ready to send an offer. Where should I send it? Hello, Jim. I have an offer ready for your listing. Let me know where to send it. So then I can just go on and on. So I just wanted to show you that too. So, all right. So let's get in here, right? All right. So let me reset the filters again. All right. And let me remove the boundary. And so I'm going to zoom in here. And so ideally what we want to do, so land is a little different. It's a different animal because the struggle that most people have and never really jump into it. The shovel join?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. And they never jump into it is because they don't know how to value it. All right. So the simplest thing that you can do, right? The very simple thing that you can actually do is a couple of things. So obviously you can look at activity as far as properties that are for sale. So if I'm in here, if I go here and deselect all and just do lots of land, I can see what's available depending on what area I'm targeting. So I'm just going to go down here into this Fort Myers area over here in Lehigh. For some reason, Lehigh Acres, it's just a ton of activity that happens in this area right here. So if I take my draw tool and just draw in this area right here, hit apply. All right, there's over 3,000 parcels of land that are for sale here, right? Okay, so if I change this over to sold, over 16,000 have been sold. I don't know what time frame, probably last 3 years, but I'm just going to say, what about the last just 12 months? Over 5,800 have been sold in just the last 12 months, right? So right now, if I just flip that over, it's like 12-month listings, it's 2,600 that are actively for sale right now. And you can get in here and you can see, if we go back to the sold, we can look at it from two standpoints. We can see what stuff they're trying to sell it for, and I can remove this boundary and sort of just lock in on a particular area to give me an idea. So if I use my draw tool and let's say I'm just going to lock in on this area right here. All right, I hit apply. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these to Zomps. So this is where Zomps become very valuable, right? And why I initially even developed it, right? It's just for land to have to get a quick snapshot of what's happening with the market, try to help them figure out what makes sense or not, right? Okay, so should be ready to add. So boom, we're finished. Hit the little notification. So if I go over here, so look at this. So these lots are almost all the same size, right? From 0.23, I think is the lowest, up to 0.29. So they all of an acre. 0.23 of an acre and 0.29 is the highest. So they average out to 0.24. All right. The average sale price in here is $24,990. So basically 25 grand. You have as low as 21.5 that is sold for. I mean, that's for sale. These are for sale, my bad. Up to 30 grand. So the average sales price that they're trying to get is around 25,000. I guess that's the top of the market for these size lots, right? All right. Now, if I go in here, go back to where we just were and just change this over to sold. Right. So now it has, and it's going to let me download all us little trick there. So it's 43 of them. I didn't want that many, but we'll let it do it though. But anyway, so that's going to give us a real snapshot of what stuff is sold for. So if you don't really get what we're looking at here, if just like with houses, you determine an ARV. If you know what stuff is, what people are willing to pay for similar size lots, and there's so much activity in here, it makes it easy. And this is not the situation in a lot of places, but in this particular area, for whatever reason, it's just like unbelievable how many lots transfer over in that particular area of Florida, right? And so you don't take them. It had 43 of them. It's going to take a minute to download all these. I should have capped it off. I should have reduced the time down to like maybe 90 days or something, because it's
like a lot of 18s, 19s, and 20s, 25s.
Yeah. That's basically what they're trying to sell them for, right? Yeah. And so for you, so what does this mean for me? Number one, if you found something off market, great. If you can get it, 15,000 or less, you're gonna make an easy $5,000, probably or more. Right. Obviously, you get a 10 or less, you're gonna probably make an easy $10,000 or more. Somewhere 8 to 10, somewhere like that, maybe. But the objective is here, number one, if you're going to target an area like this, how are you going to target them? Now, of course, you could build a list in this particular area, and you do your normal, you cold call, text message, or send them a letter, right? So now if I go back to Zomps and Zomps for land, so we got 52 of them in here. We already had the ones in here that were for sale. So now we have the ones in here that's sold, right? Okay, so if I remove the ones that are for sale, let me see. So I remove. So remember our average was 25, right at 25 grand. So I remove the ones that are for sale. So this one here, I think. Let me make sure. Yeah, if I don't have a sale date on it, it's for sale. So boom, boom. All right, and boom, 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 boom. All right. All right, now, so the average still 25 grand. Now, we got some low ones in here, 13, which is a good price. They're going to be able to probably move the average lot still around 20.25, a quarter of an acre. So there are your numbers right there, right? It's an outlier up here. I'm going to remove that one. So there are your numbers right there. Actually, once I move the outlier, look like the average sold price was actually like 19 in reality. Now, again, you got some really low ones down here. So we don't really have anything crazy. So I'm going to get rid of these really low ones, right? These 13, 15, 15, 16, 16, 16, 16, 17, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18. So I think we're going to be pretty good. I'll leave it at 20. So looks like, 20 to 25 is a number that you can probably get away with. 25 looks like it's on the high side. So I'm going to actually give away that one. So looks around 21 is a good, conservative retail price. So again, so now hey, if I can get something for 15, 10, definitely 5 or something like that, a home run, I would want to be probably under the market a little bit. So I would probably try to sell at maybe about 18,000 so it can move quickly. So just keep that in mind when you would be negotiating something like that. Now, you could target properties that are listed, but the target properties that are listed, and you may be able to actually even pay full price for those, is that you got to get it off the market in most cases in some form or fashion. You just go straight out buy it, and nothing prevents you from sending an offer over of $5,000. I will offer all day on every one of them in there of $5,000, right? Now, you're going to probably be able to buy it at the end of the day or whatever. Or you try to get them to discount it a little bit down to maybe like 15 and get them to owner finance it. And so if you can get them down to 15, you tell them this is the offer you want to make to them. You'll do 15,000, right? But you'll do 100 payments. I'm sorry, you'll do 50 payments of $300. So if you divide $300 into that, that's 50 payments, right? That equals 15,000. Now you have an opportunity to get it off the market. So if you can get it off the market, guess what you could turn around and do? You can wholesale it, the terms out, right? And you get 5 or 10,000 down and you sell it at 20 or 25. So if you sell it at 25 with 10,000 down, guess what happens? You go back to the original terms of $300, 50 payments, that equals $15,000 over that time frame. That's basically a little over 4 years. I think it's 4 years, 2 months, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the way you can get them off the market and then remarket them. And I'm gonna try to get away without having to put a down payment no more than that initial $300 or whatever closing costs would be, right? Ideally, if somebody gets something like that accepted, then boom. We know the numbers around 21,000. You get them to accept 15,000, and they'll do 50 payments of $300. You call me. We'll put it together. But it needs to be in an area like this where there's a ton of activity, though, right? I'm just giving you a simple method. So now that doesn't cost anything. The whole title, can you wholesale land with $1? Boom, there you go, right? There it is. All you got to do is really just set up the terms at that point. Get somebody to take them off your hands, because that's an attractive deal. Because even if you wanted just the cash flow on it and stay in the deal, where you can use that same deal that we just did, and you sell it at. Now, if I'm gonna stay in the deal, I would probably sell it at 30,000, and I would probably want what is that over 50 payments? 30,000. What 600 a month? I would get 600 a month. So I'll put 3 in my pocket, maybe 5 up front, 5 in front of my pocket to get $300 cash flow. That would be something that you could do also. Now, it makes it a lot easier. Now you can get the free proof of funds, and of course that's through a third party. But if you got 5, 10, 15 grand in a bank account that's yours, trust me, it goes it takes an extra. It takes them, it allows them to take you a little bit more serious if that's the situation. The third party proof of funds will work in a lot of situations, but if it's actually your business entity or your actual name, you got 15, 20, hell, if you got 200,000 in an account somewhere and you send over, that goes, trust me, it goes a long way in it now. But if you're doing that, your terms are going to change as far as when you're going to close. Instead of doing 21 days, I'm probably doing 30 plus minimum, right? Suspension period, 10 days, I'm doing 14 to 21 period. I mean, just to make sure. But your goal is still not to use your money. The goal is still to wholesale it. It's just they will take you a little bit more serious. That's the only thing I'm saying. Because now it's actually showing either your business entity and or your name. It could be in your name, obviously, too. So, and I know some people have those situations out there. I wanted to throw that out there to you. That's an option, but that's it. Just that's simple as it gets. You can determine what they're selling for. You know, if you're just going to do some owner, because you got to get it off the market. And, I didn't really explain that well.
And also, I noticed on there it shows a price per acre, so that let's say most of these are half an acre or less, you can go by price per acre. If it's a 1.5 acres, you know what I'm saying, and then determine it still with these numbers.
Well, 1.5 acres is that's like that's like 6 times larger. These numbers would change. In a lot of cases, a much smaller parcel. Matter of fact, I need to take these 2 out up here because they 0.41. You started because that the price per acre in most cases goes up on smaller parcels compared to larger parcels.
So it changes as it gets more.
Yeah. Like these are close to each other, 0.25, 0.3. Those are close enough for each other. But when you start getting above an acre or something like that, then it totally changes, right? Because if you notice, these price per acres are close to each other. I think the lowest is 76, the highest is 94, but they average out to 87.25. Yeah, based on 0.2523 acres.
So when does it change then, Ty? That's just
I don't know. You just have to look at it. The market gonna tell you. The market is
So
gonna.
what you're saying is if you have a seller on the line and they have a larger, you want to compare it to other 1.5.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because you got a lot of half acres in this area right here. So if I
Mm-hmm.
remove this boundary and zoom back out and go up here and just change lot size to a quarter acre to a half, right? You have quite a few of them in here, right? And so, the price per acre is now going to change on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to change at that point. So, but anyway, so yeah, that's what I want to share with you guys today.
Well, Chevy's here. What's up, Chevy?
Chevo's here.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
You got it.
In the building, man.
Well done. So we got a lot of people here that's joining us. Welcome to the live. Vincent, he's first on the show. Keithy, Juju, Raven, welcome to the live. Have Dolo. You got Jamming Always. Let me see. EJ88 had a question. He said, when should the conversation sound like when reaching out to buyer to sell the property with KISS? And when do we need boots on the ground in the city to make sure the buyer doesn't talk numbers with the agent?
All right. So the first part of that, when should the conversation sound like with reaching out to the buyer to sell the property with KISS? First thing you want to basically come out of your mouth, or if I sent you a deal, well, obviously, you're buying in this area right now. But if I sent you a deal that's listed, but it's significantly lower than the price that's listed for, would you still be interested? They say yes, boom. They say no, you know to keep it moving. All right. The other part of that, and what do we do? Boots on the ground, the city, to make sure the buyer doesn't. Oh, that's just going to have to be the relationship that you have with that buyer. Now, you still can get boots in the ground involved or whatever, but it's also going to be part of the relationship that you build with the agent also, because they are representing you also, right? So, but you need to be really clear. And, you're going to have situations where buyers are going to blow your deals up or attempt to or whatever. That's the game, but you got a contract in place. Do something. Y'all want to close it or not at the end of the day. We can pull out. So, but ideally, you're trying to feel that person out. And in most cases, not always, for sure, not always, they get it. You found this money, like I say, money fell out of the sky. So, but it's not going to be without issues, guys. Just nothing is. No way, no method you use is not going to be without issues. So you just have to just work on. That's part of running a business.
And going back to your presentation about the land, so you were saying that, let's say you got a seller on the line and they want 10 for their land in that area. You could work that deal simply because you don't have to factor in repair costs. So you could be closer to the 19.
Oh, yeah. Like we said that the average number was selling around there about 21. If you got something for 10, you can put it out there for what everything else is selling for, but I'm gonna try to be under the market so I can try to move it faster, right? Ideally, but you don't have to go see it or anything. It's just a vacant lot or whatever. That's up to a buyer, whether they're local or not, to do their inspection or whatever. So, but yeah, you don't have to take into consideration repairs or anything like that. So in some way, that's an easy market to determine something like that, because it's just so much activity. You see how many sales? It was like 5,800 sales in 12 months, something like that. It's just a ridiculous amount of sales going on in those lots in that area.
What's going on in that area?
I have no idea. That's why I use that example, because it is an extreme example, but still on. It's a lot of activity there being bought and sold. So if someone just wanted to target that particular area, you could. Oh, I didn't even show the tool or whatever. I'll put the thing, and you can just text APN Apple Paul Nancy 205-964-5243 if you want to target off market. Now, like I said, on market, you're gonna have to get it off the market, right? Well, you can text grid too. My bad, you can do that also. But you're gonna have to do that to and that can be done through owner financing.
Yeah.
So
Carla Jude has a question. Can I get a comp today, please? Yes, Carla, welcome to live. And yeah, we are comping properties. So if you put that property in, we'll get it comp for you. On Instagram, what is this? Bucky 10 Toes is asking, what are 3 good software tools to use to bring me more deals? I am trying to make my take my business to the next level. 3 good softwares to bring more deals.
Good softwares.
Yeah.
I know for me personally, we use Deal Machine, and for 180 bucks a month, you have over 30,000 leads that you could skip trace, unlimited skip trace. 50,000 leads you could do unlimited skip tracing, and 30,000 export. You can export 30,000 of that. So that's a good source of leads. Also another one, probates. You can do probate. Probates pretty much are at your courthouse. 9 out of 10 times you can get it offline. Those probates are gonna take a little bit longer, but they come with bigger paydays. Um, and then the third one, I would say prior to JVing, JVing with other wholesalers. You bring a buyer or you bring a seller. You can move deals fast that way as well.
So you're saying there's a website for the probates and
Yeah. Your courthouse.
this is courthouse. Okay, no, okay.
Yeah, the courthouse. Online.
All right. Yeah, just to follow up on that. As far as it's so many tools, but depending on what you're doing, I'm assuming we're talking about houses. So I'm affiliated of some I'm not. Of course, I think some that's free for you to leverage that with Zillow to do some things with. PropStream. In fact, they want to run a promo this month where they're giving out, is it $50 of skip tracing if you sign up. You can text the word tool. Text the word tool to 205-964-5243. Definitely great for building lists. And when you're out and about, the app is really great at identifying properties. If you're trying to drive for dollars, you be able to skip trace owners' information right there on the spot. That's really good. For probates, as Chevy said, you can go old school and just go to the courthouse, but all courthouses are not built equally on making that really accessible. So a company that I've interviewed a couple of times, they're called All the Leads. They do more than probate, but that's what they specialize in. And depending on the counties you want to target, they'll send it all to you with everything you need to do. In reality, it's almost like the whole process in a box. If you text the word probate to, I think that's what I got. It might be RIP, but it's either one, probate to 205-964-5243. As far as buyers, you could do that through PropStream, but they're more like Walmart, whereas investor-base/cash buyer, www.cashbuyer.ai is more like we just do tires. So they just do buyers, right? And so you can text the word boss on that to access those. So just off the top, that's now if you're talking about land, the land portal I think is the best out there as far as, because they really just investors built it, so they really understand what we need when we're targeting land properties, and the research and everything goes along with it to try to determine what you want to target and what something may be valued at. You can, I think it's scrolling at the bottom, since the topic was today, was based on land. Text GRID, GRID, to 205-964-5243. But along with Chevy said, that'll get you going.
All right.
It sounds like he's already going. He's just saying he's just trying to scale it a little bit. So,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
Jesse and Amy Shamp, welcome to the live. It's my first time saying it. Is asking Flipman, have you ever flipped lots in Memphis, Tennessee?
No, I haven't. Well, I love to. I haven't never taken Memphis with that.
Verna, how important is it to be accredited by the BBB? An agent wanted to counter and wanted to verify if my company is accredited by the BBB. I started the process. Is this really necessary?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. And the famous words of Lamont Sanford from The Greatest Show Ever, Sanford and Son, I'm not a member. Lady told him, say, I'm going to contact the Better Business Bureau. He said, I'm not a member.
But yeah, it's not necessary at all.
It's not that deep, man. See, when you get Vernon, when you get blowback from agents like that, man, they don't get it. They don't get it.
We call those tire kickers.
Yeah, they are tire kickers. Yeah. If you saw the show when I just started, I don't know if you missed it, Vernon, but it's over at any one given time. There's over 600,000 properties, just houses. With our criteria, we're not including foreclosures, new construction, coming soon, auctions. At any one given time, there's over 600,000 or right at 600,000 properties for sale nationwide. That is an immense amount of warranty. It just has to be opportunities there. These are people that are actively trying to sell. It just has to be. But the only way that happens is the offers have to be made. That's the only way that happens. So if you're getting any blowback from anybody, next. If they ain't just automatically just sending over a text message with their email address, it's almost like you're not going to spend no time on trying to satisfy all the stuff that they're trying to do.
All right. Gemini Always is asking, I'm looking at one for KISS, single family home, which says quick close preferred plus POF needed with offer. Can you please email me the POF info/doc? That's what she's asking.
She wants what now? I'm sorry.
Well, it looks like the listing is requiring that of a quick close preferred and a POF needed with the offer. So Gemini Always is asking you for the POF.
Yeah, the POF, you just text POF to 205-964-5243 to access that service. It's free.
Okay. And the last site that Chevy said he was talking about PropStream, which is PropStream.com. That's what he was talking about. And then Ty went into it. So hopefully that answers your question, Dolo.
Yeah. You can just text to the number to access it, to access that promo that they're running this month.
So Soldier is asking, Flip, are you offering to be a money partner if we get those terms on the land?
Really, you wouldn't even need me, but yeah, if you just want to bring me in, yeah, for sure.
All right. Carla Jude, welcome to the live. I know you were asking, could we comp your property? So she's putting the property in. This is in Gary, Indiana, where the Jackson 5 is from, right?
That's right. Gary's a tough market.
Even with the Jacksons being from there. Don't make it.
That was 60 years ago, man. Like literally.
History, you know.
That was the last we heard of Gary, Indiana.
For some reason over the years, I've either had people from there and or sending me deals, but ever since I've been doing this, like for whatever reason, it's interesting. That's why I know it's tough. It's tough to do something there. That's
1751, right?
Yeah.
1751, right?
How much they want for it?
Let me see if she's still there.
It's off market.
Yeah.
So 36.
Some cheap stuff in Gary.
Oh, very, very cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So Zillow said 36,000. This a realtor made
Always
86,000. Very.
Realtor's
Very
very.
aggressive. Okay. Let's see what Redfin say. Redfin. Say
Yeah,
65.
Yeah, all over the boat.
They all over. So 36 plus
I guess in the middle.
plus 86. Yeah, we at 62 with that.
Mm-hmm.
So 62.
Mm-hmm.
So we at 24.
24.
As an offer. So probably start around, if anything, man, probably start around 15,000. Just knowing that 24 is your number though. But
She's saying
Gary, you gotta be on the low.
Depending on condition.
How much they ask you?
So they're asking 60.
Oh no.
They ask the retail.
Yeah, tell them you'll do 100 payments at $600 a month.
All right. Gigi Lee is agreeing with you for vacant land. The land portal is that's the tool that we're using. Verna,
it's awesome.
Verna is asking, agents are also questioning why my company logo is not on the offer. Should the offers carry an expiration date?
No, it's coming from the your company logo on, and if Wells Fargo approve you for a loan. That's a dumb question.
Man, once again,
that's like just no.
Verna.
Yeah, just the blowback. You know what I'm saying? Just that's stupid, and that's what I would say. My logo wouldn't be on it either if Wells Fargo sent it over. Am I missing something? Yes.
Day Darden, Chevy update. That wasn't the owner to the property I sent. They answered questions and everything. I told them I needed the email to send over the offer. After back and forth, they said the only thing they own is a dog. Interesting. And that if I was doing my job right, I would know that they are not the owners. Or they were being sarcastic.
Oh, very.
Oh man.
It's okay. You can just move on to the next one.
Yeah. On to the next.
Because if maybe you got the phone number wrong, is that what it is or something, Sherry?
Yeah, just wrong.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah, just the wrong number. Just got the wrong person.
Wrong number. That's okay.
Or I'll put it like that: either the wrong number or they acting like they're the wrong person. Same thing. So yeah, just move on.
Yeah, because sometimes people like that, they get phone calls like that all the time. Like it's probably Skip Trace has the wrong phone number, so they're being sarcastic because they get the calls all the time. But just move on, you know. That's what I say.
Yeah, them the easy ones to move on. But yeah, and Burner, yeah, just any blowback like that, Burner, you just Just move on.
No, that wasn't burner. That was a day.
I know. I'm just going back to. Going back to.
Let's see here. What else? I'm concerned about. So move on. Yeah, move on. Yeah, we're really on top of not wasting time on things that are not going to be a deal.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Soul Soldier, how do I find the hot spots for land like the one that you demonstrated earlier?
Oh,
I wonder, how did you find it? That's a nice area. Where's Florida though? Is well now, you know.
Well, yeah. You just it's so if I zoom out here, let me turn this off. If I zoom out here, and I don't think I have a boundary. So I have lots and land selected, right? But I do have a certain, I'm just going to say no minimum, no max, right? So these yellow dots represent activity, right? So you can see, so obviously from a zoomed out view, you can see a lot of activity there. But even if I zoom in here, I'll see more, right? Now, if I want to do the last, I think I already got it in here, last 12 months. Okay, so I have the last 12 months. So there's a ton of activity in there, right? So if I just go, I'm just using Florida. So, but let me get out of Florida. All right, so we can even go here to where I'm located. So you'll see quite a bit of yellow dots in here, right? And so the more you zoom in, and I'm doing a little experiment on myself on a little neighborhood here just to I like to test stuff, test the restraints or whatever. But so anywhere you name the place. We go to Memphis, we'll go up there where you at. Yeah, dots everywhere. So just it's going now it's going to boil down to what now you're in this white space is normally going to be within the metro area, so you're going to be dealing with smaller lot sizes. So now you want to get into any particular area. So if I just want to stay in this area right here, I can see stuff is selling for 5,000, 6,000, 6,000. That's some really low stuff. So that means you're gonna have to get them really low to make money, or $500, $1,000 or whatever, So then obviously you can dive in to see how long it took them to sell it. All right, you get over here, you got more expensive stuff a little bit. You got 150, but I don't know the size though. Well, that's 3 acres. All right, and here it's over 200. Then you got something sold 6 that's like 0.26 acres. So you can just dive in. That's the tool can be, Zillow can be very powerful understanding, what you're looking for and how to use it. Again, it ain't user friendly for investors, but we're trying to make it our best to leverage all of this free data that they have or whatever. Like I said, just by being able to zoom out, I can see what the entire state of Mississippi over the last 12 months has sold, over 2,800. If I want to do Alabama, I can see what the whole state sold, over 8,000. State of Georgia, I can see what sold in the last 12 months, over 15,000. State of Florida, I know it's going to be something ridiculous, over 57,000. So that's a lot of money being. Hey, if you ever question whether real estate deals are happening or not, this is your proof. I don't question it. I know better, but state of Texas, something ridiculous. It's not actually many. I thought only 16,000. Seems like nothing is happening over half of the state. That's interesting. Okay, state of California, over 18,000. Nevada. Now these just 12 months now. Over 6,100, right? So then obviously you zoom in closer to a particular city or market or neighborhood or even street level, over 18,000 in Arizona. So there's tons of transactions. You don't need but a few of them to make a huge difference. But the purpose of what I showed earlier was to try to help with the struggle that most people have when they're trying to target land is coming up with a value. So that's a very simple way to just see what stuff is paying for. Just using Zomps just to do a process of elimination is the way I I thought would make it easy for people to use it is just a simple way of just process of elimination to come up with some numbers you need to make an informed decision.
Focus on you _11 on Instagram is asking, how do I get started?
Well. Do 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 do
Welcome to
do.
the live. Welcome to the live.
Welcome to the live. So I guess depending on what you're trying to do, baby girl. I know the title is what it is. So you have to go back to the beginning to watch the that's when I demoed what we're talking about. You can also check out my KISS training. Text 205, text the word KISS to 205-964-5243, and that'll get you going in the right direction there. So and like really, but other than that, YouTube channel exists. Tons of content there since 2008. That'll really get you going in the right direction. So, well, I guess when people ask that question, how do I get started? I don't think I'm answering their question. Like I told her where to go to get this training, but what I'm saying is that there's no way we can tell you in this hour that we're here everything to do. You're going to have to put the work in on your end, educating yourself, especially when there's so much free content, whether it's mine or whoever, that will get you going in the right direction. So at that point, ideally, even if, okay, so you've consumed a lot of information. Now, if you come back here and start asking direct questions about certain points of the process, then we'll know that, hey, oh, you put the work in. You know, I'm always impressed when people are talking, to me, and they, if I'm giving them some of my time based on the questions that they're answering, I say, oh, you've been watching. You know what I'm saying? You can just tell. You know what I'm saying? The ones that haven't, and hey, where do I get a contract from? Oh, you ain't been watching. And you asking me that question? Oh, you ain't been out. You ain't did your part. And I'm gonna limit how much time I'm going to spend with you. Trust me, right? Because if you ask that question and you say you've been watching my stuff, oh, you hadn't done your part. Because you're not willing to put the work in to educate yourself. You got to do that.
Right.
You got to do that.
So would you recommend, because normally you in the past you recommended the playlist where you start.
Yeah. You can still start at the playlist. I think the KISS method allows people to take action.
Yeah.
Because now they can still come back here and ask more questions. That 33-minute training will go a long way of you taking action, and you still really not sure about the process, but that's what these lives are for. You still want to try to dive into as much of the other content as possible, but that allows people to take action, because you can engulf yourself into the training and stuff, for months and don't do anything. And then you start watching other people's stuff. Young lady that used to work for me, I was conversating with her yesterday, and she had sort of stepped away from. Now she wants to get back into it, and she was like, "Yeah, you can just get so confused because." And I like talking to her because she's like, "Give me a good like realization check on where people's minds are."
Right, yeah.
You'll just start. You'll see how to do something, then you'll see a video pop up, and it'll tell you how to do it a little different, and that can just cause you not to do anything or whatever, So I think with the KISS method, it allows you to take action, and then we try to fill in the holes here or whatever, even if you're not completely.
Some action always beats inaction.
Oh yeah. The only thing about that, now I'm always going to side on doing something versus nothing, but I don't want you to just be doing something and it frustrates you out the business because you're not being as efficient as possible with your actions. If that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. And Gigi Lee is saying, I would like to collaborate with you if you're experienced at flipping vacant land. And they're saying my market is in Georgia.
Yeah, I can help with that. Sure.
EJ88, Flip, which method do you think is more effective? Sending the offer in the first text or asking them where to send the offer?
No, I think you want them to respond to you and send that. I think that's going to give you your best response. Now, again, that's going to be your best route, in my opinion.
Go ahead and tell me what you were thinking, because I think what you're saying is that instead of you just sending blanket offers to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
you just want to talk to the ones that's actually responding.
Yeah, I want the ones that's they get it. You know what I'm saying? Them the ones we targeted, right? I ain't saying the other way. But she asked the question. So I mean,
Yeah.
he asked the question. He asked the question. So that's what I think is better. Send it.
And he could try it both ways and then figure out.
You can you could try both ways or whatever. Like I said, if they didn't see it earlier, we've added more messages that you should send out to try to keep it random and everybody not sending the same thing for sure. Is that so? If you go over to Zomph and scroll down to initial message to realtors, then you see it's 10 different. They all say the same thing, but they just word it differently, right? They're all going to New York City, but everybody taking different routes, right? But everybody's going to get there, so it's all saying the same thing, but it just worded differently. So,
and then you, like I said, you don't want it to come off as spammy, so you send it in different ways.
Yeah, you want to send different ones. You can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then start it over again. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. And I did skip that part, Gemini ways, because I got confused when you said you couldn't text, but now I understand what you're saying. She can't text that number. I guess her phone is not. I guess it doesn't text or something. I guess that's what she's saying.
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, the website you can go to is www.proofoffunds.ai. I'll put it here. The reason I use the www because some people don't know .ai is an extension just like .com. So that's why you're saying Tyrone went back to that.
Most people, they just type in whatever you say in the Google.
Yeah, they don't actually. Yeah, I know that's what I know, and they still gonna do it. So, hopefully I'm gonna put it up here. And proof of www.proofoffunds.ai.
So now y'all have to really tell me what's going on in Gary and Indiana, because it's like you must never been to Gary. I've never been to Gary. It made me cry. Like what?
Nah, it's a little struggling town. You know what I'm saying? It just struggles, from my understanding.
Okay. All righty. Rico Suede, welcome back. This is the younger guy, right? Rico Suede. Do you remember him? I think we brought him on the live one time.
I don't know.
But he said asking Chevy's not on here. About an AI text email service out there, the one that you use, but we'll ask him when he gets back on. Rico Suede. Get started. That's how to really utilize. Very helpful. Okay. All right. I agree. It's the easiest way to get started. And Soul Soldier is asking, if you're targeting off-market infill lots, would you use Zillow in that area to determine your offer?
Yeah, you still, if the data is there, yeah, those are sold prices. Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, that's the initial reason why Zomph was even created, is to help me personally evaluate land easier. But obviously, you all are reaping the benefits of that, or can. If you're not, you can. Mm-hmm. You see how by just a process of elimination, I was able to get down to the average sale price, the average size we were targeting, and then the average price per acre. So once you know that number, then I'm trying to be a lot lower, 50% or lower. I'm trying to be 40, 20, or 30% lower. So what I mean by that, if they're asking 20, I'm trying to be at 8, 9. So
like a fourth of it, like cut it up in fours, and then one.
Well, you cut it in half and cut it in half again if you can. You know what I'm saying? 20 down to 10, 10 down to 5.
Yeah.
If you can. So
because it's a good deal then. Speaking of
my God, yeah, it's a good deal then,
yeah. Carla Jude is saying, well, the update is everything is being rehabbed or built up. I'm not understanding that question. Maybe you do. Well, the update is everything being rehabbed.
Good deal. Doesn't like progress.
What I'm missing it.
I guess you're talking about Gary.
Oh, okay. Oh, they building it up. Okay. Oh, my fault. Okay.
Glad we
you sleeping on Gary. Okay.
Well, all right. Was she the one that posted that one on 60 grand? I mean, the house that we said they want 60 grand for?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, but they asking full price. We ain't sleeping on that. They asking full price.
They want full price.
Yeah,
you definitely need to get that one low.
Ain't nothing special about that.
Yeah. 0697, welcome to the live. My first time seeing you. Do you teach us how to use Zumps in your core wholesale courses or on your one-on-one coaching?
It's more on the one-on-one coaching because I really don't have it's changed so much. I really don't have what I'm trying to say, Tori. I really don't have
training for Zumps.
I don't have a training for Zumps. I guess Chevy did one recently.
Yeah, I did.
Chevy did one recently. Yeah, look up Zumps and the real Chevy.
The real
Chevy, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did one, but
I might have to update it though because you don't had the tech guy add so much more features, man. Like crazy.
Yeah, it ain't one out there.
Yeah. So so go to look for the real Chevy and Zumps, and he does a full training on how to use Zumps. Fairly easy to use though, but it's
very easy.
I can understand why.
It ain't easy if you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what to like. Trust me, I assist enough people to know. No, it ain't. It's clear the bell to me, but no, Tyrone.
No, I was assisting somebody with a PDF, and they were like, I said, you have to install. No, you don't have to. Nowadays, you don't have to install Acrobat. But she was in school. This particular person, this is a family member, and I was trying to assist her how to get Acrobat installed. She was like, she had never heard of Acrobat, so I realized that some people they don't know how to copy and paste. And I'm not saying what I'm saying is they just haven't focused on it. They might be a doctor, and that's just not their area. I get it,
But the only thing, just be willing to learn.
Be willing to learn.
Yeah, just be willing to learn. If you,
it's tons of things that I don't know.
Trust me, it's way more I don't know about computers than I do know. I know that. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I'm functional.
Now going to Gary, Indiana, I've never been, but I would have to have something else going on other than seeing their old house because I could probably see that online. Now going to see Michael Jackson's old house now, but that's probably in LA or something. I don't even know where it's at. The what they call it, the
Neverland.
Where that's in LA, right?
Somewhere like
that. Probably like that. She's saying that houses in the area are selling for 103. See, now she's gonna make us bring up the whole thing again. And is it around the house?
On that house that we just looked at? We can dive back into it. We did a quick search on it.
They sell it for 103. That's what she's saying.
What, the one in Gary, Indiana?
Yeah, the one we just looked at. Let me put the
Oh, Garfield. Oh, Garfield Street.
Let's,
yes.
let's dive into it, Chevy. Let's see what's up. Let's pull
All
some
right, I got
comps.
you.
They sell it for 103 now.
Let's dump it. Let's pull some comps.
All right. Let's see if my computer will work.
Hey, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I was talking to a student today, and I know he said, I'm calling you Mr. Ty and let you know, man, I'm gonna be down for about 3 or 4 days. My screen went blacked out, blah, blah, blah. So he been telling me about it or whatever. And I said, you know what? He said we're gonna buy one Thursday. I told him, Mr. Brown, don't spend more than $300 for what you do. Don't let them get in there and talk to you.
Yeah, don't hear.
Matter of fact, I'm going to send you some links. You got a Best Buy there on the ones to buy, right? Because for what you do, you don't need to spend more than that. Because he said he spent $700 for his. I was like, oh no, not for what you just send an email, searching the internet. No. So I said, well, when did you buy it? He said, oh, it's 15 years old. I said, what? I said, you're gonna frustrate yourself right out of business with your computer. I said, you're gonna feel like, oh my God, if he using a 15-year-old Windows product, when he get hold of this new Windows product, it's gonna be oh my God, it's gonna change everything for him. Like 15 years old. So anyway,
Yeah.
why am I?
But don't get them what they call them Google Books or whatever. Don't
I
do
told him
that.
not to get a Chromebook. I'm gonna send him what to get.
Oh, them Chrome. No Chrome.
Yeah, no, not not for what we're doing now.
Let's see.
Okay.
You got to find it.
I'm trying to find it, but let's see here. It looked like there's a lot of activity. So
yeah, Google used to make it. I mean, the Zillow would zoom right in on it. They stopped doing that already.
Yeah, but they stopped doing that.
Yeah, you have to. I have to go to Google Maps and try to figure it out.
So let me see if it's on Google Maps. See what it say. Okay, so Google Maps is around 15th Avenue and 19th Avenue. Okay, 17th Avenue. Okay, all right. Let's see here. So around this area right here. Okay, so now there go Garfield Street right there. Boom. Okay, we in there. All right, so we're right in this area. Okay.
Yeah, do from do 119. Draw your boundaries from 119 up to what is that up the top right there? That major street up top, that thicker one up top. What that is right there?
Thicker one. This is 15.
Yeah, draw your boundary from there. And then is that what's the one coming down?
Right here?
Yeah. No, to the right a little bit. The major street going up and down, straight up and down. Go back.
Oh,
right.
Grant.
Yeah.
Grand Street.
Yeah. So draw your boundary somewhere around that a box, or with that the bottom one, the top one, and then I think we'll be good with them.
All right, so we're gonna go like this.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go like that.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna come up like that.
If we got enough activity in there. Yeah. Hit apply.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to hit apply.
Boom. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep, we got it enough. We got 7 of them. Okay. 28,000.
19,000.
2,100.
2,100.
800.
800. Gary in there,
75,000.
Yeah, outline.
That. 70,000.
69.
Yeah, like I said, they want retail.
Yeah, they want retail. That's retail. Yeah.
Yeah, they want retail.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
what's the property? Which one is the property? Do we add it?
Garfield. 1751 right here.
Yep.
Yeah. So right there is our target. And let's see, that one square footage 732. So let's get rid of the 2475 one. And then
How big is our property?
that's 732.
Oh yeah, you got to get rid of a few of them, don't you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At 13.
The only one that really, man, these are the ones that's gonna be.
You really want to? Well, the way I would probably do it, Chevo, is go ahead and get rid of them real low ones because we know those was, those was cash deal. Get rid of the low ones, the real low ones, and then get rid of that 19. Okay. So it's hard.
78.
Yes, the exemption is automatically taking into consideration your average price per square foot, which is around $67. And so there you go, man. You know what I'm saying? We actually were a little high.
Yeah, suggested ARV 49.
Yeah.
So yeah.
10 grand or less. Well, really look like 10 grand or less. Zomps would say 10 grand or less.
And and also this can take into consideration the condition of the house as well. So that's also another part to it. So you gotta see what kind of condition it's in and let us know. Yeah. But yeah, ARV is around 60,000 easy. So we're high on that ARV.
Yeah, we high.
Especially if the house is not brick.
The mic is
it's muffling.
Yeah, it's muffling like a scratchy. That's the word. It's scratchy.
Like it may have a little short or something.
Yeah.
What about now?
You good?
Okay.
So going back to her, not to just skip over. No, we just gonna look at the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like the numbers are the numbers.
And it seems like an appropriate spot to reiterate the point that it has to be close to that house. If there's a house that's 2 neighborhoods away and they're selling for 100,000, it's not necessarily a factor for that property.
We had too much activity right there close by that house. Those are the numbers. That is what it is. Yeah.
Because there's the thing. There's in Shreveport, there's subdivisions, different subdivisions. So I'm sure, one area is going to be completely different, like 2 blocks over.
Yeah.
So
can do that.
Like there's a buyer that will buy in a particular area, and it's like, man, a block over, and I'm good. Like, I'm not even touching that.
Yeah, she said the house has been rehabbed. He's asking full price.
Yeah, he's asking full price.
Yeah, full price. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you make your money?
You should have started with that is rehab.
Yeah, he's asking, and this is an opportunity, Carla. We want to try to help you here. That he's asking full price because he's invested to get full price.
Yes, sir.
Right. That's not what we're targeting. You can make an offer or anything. Offers are free, right? But just being realistic, being efficient with your time, those normally the ones you're avoiding. You can make the offer. We will probably want to be at 30 grand. It says it's been renovated because you have to make it attractive to an investor. Oh, I can get this for 35 from you. You make 5, 30 to sell it or whatever. Okay, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Because now it'll easily cash flow or whatever. But at 60, you can do that yourself. I'm gonna pay for. I can go on MLS and find stuff like that all day at full price. You hadn't done anything special or whatever. So the investor, if somebody wants to live in it, okay, great deal. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't the business that we're in. We're looking for discounted real estate, like significantly, especially on houses, discounted real estate, even if it's been renovated, right?
Yeah.
So
for sure. And I mean, he bought the property 20 years ago for 10 grand, and just now rehabbed it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And even though we're not in that particular business, but isn't it amount of investors that will buy bread and butter? I think that's what they call them when somebody has already rehabbed the property, like a bread and butter. Turnkey. That's what I'm trying to look for.
Well, they generally will, but only still just don't like to pay full price. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they'll buy 80 to 90.
Yeah, about 80. Yeah, they might do 40, 45, something like that, or whatever. Yeah. Especially if you already got a tenant in it. A lot of that'll happen. Some guys run their entire business like that because they'll have investors that'll just buy, quote unquote, turnkey, already got a renter, maybe Section 8. Okay, they'll pay a little premium on it versus paying full. They still don't like to pay full price though.
Because a lot of time, what an investor is doing, they're going to the bank and using the bank's money for something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the bank is going to lend at 80% of the ARV.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So the bank is now going to do the comps and see where comps are at. So let's just say comps are at say 70,000 as far as the comp. That means that so they got to come with 20% while the bank give them 80%.
Mm-hmm. So it's still gonna be 20% equity.
Yeah.
In there.
So they still, so with stuff like that, it's definitely attractive, especially if it's rehab, where you gotta find buyers for that area because everything is run down in that area. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you start seeing houses selling for $2 and $3 grand, that's a tough area, right? Could be some money made though, or whatever, but you got to get it right, just right. So,
And Polo 0697 is giving us an alley. He's asking, how do you guys know which market to wholesale and which market to stay away from? There's a list
Great
on his
question.
markets.
Well, you can always have some markets hotter than others for a number of factors, but that's just not to overthink it. We just need people, man. You know what I'm saying? We just need people, and people need what? Shelter, right?
People need somewhere to live.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
people need somewhere to live, whether they're renting or they paying for it and don't owe anything. So right here on Zonk, let me just go back to the top. If you go down here, and that's the training, right? That's a 33-minute training. And if you just go down here and do list of cities, it's over 300 here. These are over 335 cities of a population of 100,000 or more. Now, some of them are suburban areas of a major city, but whatever. It's still people. We just need people, man, and not to be trying to be smart or anything. People die, motivated seller. People lose their job, potential motivated seller. People get sick, medical bills, potential motivated seller. People lose their job, if I didn't say that already. Potential motivated relocation, behind in payments, kids going off to college, tuition, divorce. Oh, I forgot about that one. Just life. So we know that happens everywhere, right? So the more people in a condensed area that's happening, guess what? Opportunities. So guess what you got to do? You got to let them know you exist.
And yes, Carla. So if you can get them down to 30, that would be good. You would actually cooking it with grease if he can get it down to like 30. Now you're throwing the fish in the grease, okay? And if he'll accept that. So Soldier, when sending an agent an owner finance offer, how do I get the agent motivated to push my offer to the seller?
You got to still structure that to how much money they're gonna make at the end of the day. Because owner financing mean like, wait a minute now, how am I get paid? You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute now, how am I going to get paid? So we'll just use like those low properties like we were seeing in Lehigh Acres or Lee Acres, whatever it's called in Florida. So you're talking 25, 30 grand. So we'll just use 30 grand. So 6%, a lot of times they charge more than that on land or whatever. They may charge a flat fee or they may do 10%. But we're just going to go with 6%. So that's 1,800, right? So you have to structure your owner financing deal to include them getting paid, because that's the only thing going to matter to them. So like I said, if you offer them they're asking 30, but you offer 20, well, I said 15. You offer 15, we're going to do 50 payments. What did I say? Is that 50 payments?
300.
300 is that right? Yeah, 300 a month, right? So, your down payment may be $2 grand. So that covers the agent, because the seller ain't gonna get none of that.
Yeah.
The seller gonna get the monthly tap, but you got to make it clear how they gonna get paid. That's the only way they're gonna push that. Wait a minute, how am I gonna get paid? I can assure you that's the first thing they thinking. Wait a minute.
Gemini Ways She has a property, 1520 Montana. This is in Washington. Not lazy list per se, but look at the history. It's 100K drop. Trying to sell it for a while. It's good because they have a loan. Seller financing if rejected on this property. I guess she has one that she's trying to get going.
Have you talked to that agent?
I guess she monitored. She's seen the prices. Thirsty. Oh.
A meal.
$1 million. So they dropped to 10%. Maybe.
Bring all offers. Okay.
Okay.
Been on the market for 26 days. They probably relisted it.
Mm-hmm.
They probably relisted. Let's see.
On down.
The history.
Yeah. Yep. They removed it and actually they went up on the price.
Yeah, they had it in 20. They've been trying to sell this thing for what? 3 years?
2 years. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
3 years.
Ain't no real motivation here.
Nah, man.
Ain't no real motivation here, man. Yeah. You want to look at them DC. You want to look deep on that, Jam. You can see they've been trying to sell that probably for a minimum of 3 years. Yeah.
Steve Haynes, welcome to the live, is asking, what do I say to when the agent asks me, tell me the house was appraised for much more than my offer?
What they got to do?
On to the next.
On to the next. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, yeah.
That's their weird thing, no.
Yeah, that's still saying. Know how that work out for you. This is you can't sell it. That's irrelevant. What it paid for, ain't nobody paid it.
Only ones paying appraisal value is banks.
Well, yeah, it's like the agent is convincing you to pay appraisal. What that mean to me? That don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah. That just mean the agent is looking for a retail buyer.
Yeah. Say, ma'am, if we want to pay appraisal, we got a whole fee of properties that we can target. That ain't what the game we in, baby. He ain't saying that. You just thank you for your time. If you don't sell it, our offer will stand at or near our original.
Oh man!
And what's the word you use? You don't call them aggressive offer. You call them what?
No, that is what we call them. Most people say low ball offers.
Low ball
is a more acceptable term with more positivity to it.
You're aggressive.
Low ball has a negative connotation to it. Aggressive.
Yes, soon as you hear low ball, yeah,
or
you're definitely right.
Ask the realtor, was the appraiser drunk when he came up with it?
No, you don't have to do all that. the appraiser is trying to tell you.
I like when lawyers have intervened in the deal. Yo, you supposed to be able to get more than that. Fine. Oh, you tell him to buy it then.
Yeah,
I actually said that to somebody. Why would he buy it then?
What are we talking about here? What's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Or seller said, well, yeah, I got an offer that was close to what I want, but I didn't take it. My offer ain't even close to what you want.
Why did you take it?
Oh man.
Yeah, they'll say that in a minute. Oh, I got an offer of such and such.
Yeah.
Oh, how we talking?
Yeah. So like, yeah, I got an offer. I want 100, but I got an offer for 120.
That's real. That's real.
Come on, man. Case by case. Welcome to the live. Hey, Flip man, how can we partner with you on market KISS method deals?
Hey, well, real quick on what Chevy said. Well, I guess I'll pay 125 then.
I may as well.
And that was supposed to say fair.
You know what you're supposed to say? I may as well just pay it then.
I'll
Like,
pay
somebody else offered you that?
Well, will you do 121? Hey,
Oh man.
hey, that's funny, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna feel bad if I don't pay it at that price then. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
Or the listings where you see the price drop of $1.
Well, that's you know what that is for? That's to trigger everybody that saved it. Is to trigger the email to them.
Send them a message.
Yeah.
That's how you reach out to Ty.
Yeah, just reach out to me like that. Yeah, that's how that go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Vincent Lilly, the one thing all of us should remember is that even in retail real estate, the buyer makes the market value. The appraisal can be different if you send out 3 different appraisals. That's true. Yeah.
Hey, Vince, you've been listening to me, boy. Hey, that's exactly what I was saying.
The buyer makes the market.
The last part was exactly what I was saying.
Exactly. You know, because that's true, and it happens all the time.
Yeah, but they still be close to each other, but they're rarely gonna be the same thing. Because it's really opinion. It's really an opinion based on some facts or whatever, but they still, you know. Now,
I've had conversation with appraiser where I'm like, hey man, I need it to be here. Like, I got you. All right, appreciate it.
yeah. They can justify. You know what I'm saying?
Well, man, that fact that I looked it up. What was it, last Wednesday or whatever, when the person was saying 71% of realtors didn't make a deal last year. That's crazy to me. It's actually very true. So I just feel like the market is dictating that.
Well, we're looking for those agents that there's a bunch of them that said they got something listed, but it ain't selling.
It ain't selling.
It ain't selling.
Sell it. Drop that.
Hey, those are the ones we looking for, baby. Hey, but then we also look for the ones that making stuff happen too. You know, trust me. Even though I talk a lot of trash about realtors, it's a lot of them that get it. Trust me, it is. There's a lot of them that get it. I just think it's more that don't.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, that's how they've been trained.
Yeah.
But the market is dictating it now. Like, people not paying over what that house is.
Oh no, that was COVID stuff there, man, because the rates were so low or whatever, you know.
Verna has a package deal that includes a daycare and a house. I guess let me see, how many addresses is this? It's 1, 2, 3. 3 properties. They all want in all they want 450 for the daycare and 50 for the house. Oh, that's a business transaction then, right? 450.
It depends on what the daycare is zoned for. It may still be zoned residential. You know, people throw a daycare in a house in a minute now.
All right, Tyler, I'll let you do that one.
It looks like it has 3 different addresses.
Yeah, call them out to me, man. Let me.
All right. 13. Hold on. 1303 West, and I'll spell the street name is Muskogee. Muskogee?
You say 1303.
Yeah, 1303 West. Yeah, 1303 West. And then it's Musko. Yes. Avenue. That's the first address.
What state is it? Oklahoma. Okay. Hey, we love that one photo, baby. Oh, one photo, low views, terrible description. Oh, that's a perfect one. Burn. Let's see here. Let's look at it. Right. And okay.
The daycare must be right next door.
It must be what this the sign right?
Oh no. They have two different addresses. So no, the daycare not right next
Yeah.
door.
What is across the street?
Like
Look,
a Joe garage.
yeah, this ain't the great looking. You know what I'm saying? Look like the neighborhood really starts down. Well, I don't know what's going on in here. All right, so let's do this. Um, you so silly. Um, so let's do Oklahoma. You know, Kansas sits right in. I guess Nebraska, either Kansas or Nebraska, right in the middle of the country. It's, I guess I would call it Midwest. Um, Geography. All right. So what I'm looking for, guys, is ownership. So Hankins, so he owns this property. Let me do the Google map. So he owns this property, he owns this one, and he owns this one. Okay. Corner situation. All right. And so Muskogee is up here, but we got this property down here, which is on 13th. All right. So I wonder what this is right here, this building right here.
Is that the daycare?
I guess so. It's on the
Look like
corner.
a
Yeah, that's
one- one-
that's the daycare. The daycare is on 924 West 13th Street.
Okay. So there we go. Look at my children coming out of there. Hey.
Yep.
Hey, don't run out in that street. All right. So let's see here. Well, it's tough over here. Man, 450.
450.
Jesus Christ. So back here huh?
That daycare must be doing numbers.
What?
I mean, come on.
Hey, what is doing a week, man?
They must be doing They gotta be doing numbers, man, for sure.
Hey, you got
I mean, at 450,
right in the back, huh?
at 450.
Got your private.
If that's what they want.
You got your private fence here. So I guess let's look at some values. So it's really not a neighborhood. That's what I don't like about it, right? But it ain't what I like. Do it make sense at 450? So he must be selling this for 400 or close to it.
He wants 450, and then he wants 50 for the house.
Wait a minute, huh?
Yeah.
He wants 450 for the daycare,
For the daycare.
and then 50K for the house.
So how many square feet is the daycare? So the daycare building is 5,500. 5,500 square feet. Huh?
If that's what they say.
Yeah, commercial building, yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Well, the county said it ain't worth but 4,800.
Like I said, that daycare must be doing numbers. We probably have to. You probably
Yeah,
need
we're
to
gonna
get
have
some
to.
information on that.
Yeah, it's gonna boil down to: does he own the daycare? I'm tripping, but it's gonna boil down to: does he own the daycare? Number one. If he doesn't, how much lease is he getting per month for them? What type of lease are they on? Meaning, is it month to month, long term? If so, how many years are they locked in? What is he responsible for as far as utilities, if anything, upkeep of the building? All of that will factor in. And so once we know that, then you can sort of evaluate it. It's sort of hard to evaluate it without knowing that information. Looks like it's more in an industrial type, commercial type area, not really in the neighborhood per se. It is houses around, but it's just all kind of mixed up in here. So yeah, we need to know that information first. You need to gather that from the agent to send you detailed information on the daycare first, right? Does he own it? If he doesn't, okay. If he does own it, how much income is the daycare producing? What is his expenses each month? If he does not own it, what is he leasing the property for? Are they on a month-to-month or a long-term lease? If they're on a long-term lease, what's the length of the lease? What is the tenant responsible for? Is it a triple net where the tenant is taking care of the maintenance, taxes, and insurance? Or is it a double net where he's just doing two of those, or just a net? He's just doing one of them. So once we get those details, we can see, does it make sense or not?
And you're offline, Chevy. Are you saying something? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say at 450. Yeah, man.
Well, what do you think about it? At 450, well, this is where a dude explained this to me years ago. He said, I don't know, we were talking about something, it was $1 million. And he said, well, let me just break it down to you, sir. Let me tell you why this ain't a deal. Normally, I think with the interest rate about around what it is now, he said, just go ahead and just say a mortgage payment on $1 million is $6,000.
Right.
All right. So on 450, a mortgage payment gonna be about $3,000, maybe a little less. Yeah. Right. So we got to start just right there. Daycare doing that. You know, more than that. Got to be profitable. Got to be doing way more than that. Actually, daycare is what do you call it? Capital intense business, I would assume, with employees, supplies, everything, insurance. I'm sure the insurance probably somebody could probably educate me on that. I'm just assuming, just going through it. So we got to figure out that part, Vernon. So
there's a lot that comes with that. Pretty much. That's what we're saying.
Rico Suede had asked earlier, Chevy, is there a cheaper AI text /email service out there than the one that you use?
That's the only one I've been using. Go high level. I haven't looked in. I mean, I used to use Constant Contact. They send text messages. It was like 2 cents a text, and email. It wasn't even a. I don't think it was even a cent. I think it was like 0.00002 something. That was the Constant Contact, but I haven't used them in years. So yeah. But Go High Level, man. I do everything inside of it, from putting contracts together, creating appointments, to calls being recorded, to training, onboarding, everything. So, yeah. It's like a one-stop shop.
Right. All right. Yeah. So, Soldier, owner finance offer should be a verbal conversation instead of a text to make sure they understand how they get paid. That's a question.
It depends on who you're having a conversation with. 9 out of 10 times, though, you want to have a conversation with a realtor. It's really just, hey, is your seller open to terms? And if the realtor is like, yes, what kind of terms do you have to offer? You explain it. If the realtor is like, no, then you move to the next one. So yeah, it's more of a verbal thing, for sure. That's a lot of it. It also depends on if you want to offer owner finance on everything. So it all depends, and it just depends on what's going on with the seller. So yeah.
All right. And Omar, welcome to the live. Listening and sending offers using the KISS strategy. Thank you, Flipman. So he's doing it
thank you, Omar. Yeah, thank you.
So,
let's see here. Jamar Ways is asking about the Mitch Vexler appraisal fraud in Denton County, Texas. She smells a Thai attorney. I'm not familiar with.
Never heard of it.
I don't know what that is. No idea.
Not familiar with that one.
Now I gotta Google it. Google is different.
DPB entertainer, can I change zoning or construct something on the land while under contract, or do I have to buy the land? So you're just gonna take over? But
yeah, well, okay, hopefully I'm understanding your question. About the zoning part of it, it just depends on where you're located. But you're gonna have to either get the approval. If you don't own it, then you're gonna have to lease the land with the permission to build on it, assuming again the zoning will allow it. So hopefully I'm understanding your question correctly. It can be done. You don't have to own it to build on it, but obviously you have to be in an agreement with the seller lease the land with the option to build on it, and whatever that's negotiated on what they will okay to be built, assuming that municipality, whereas an actual city or county, will approve the build of something. So hopefully I'm understanding what you're asking.
Verna is saying we'll get more info on the daycare. Agent and myself have been going back and forth because they had the daycare listed for 168 on Zillow, but the agent said it's 450. Seller paid more than 168,000 for the daycare. Still depends on what they're generating in income.
All depends on that P&L, man.
Still depends on that. But if they listed it for 168, how did they get to 450? Just got pie in the sky? like that's what I want to know.
Like I say, money falling out the sky.
And Shazam wants to know if you know people that will buy old Church's chicken.
Shazam.
That ain't what that say.
I said, dude. He said, do you know anyone that buys vacant fast food?
Oh, you got me. Oh, okay. Right over my head. Okay. No, I don't.
So the answer is no. The answer is no on that.
That buying pool, I hadn't figured out how to tap into that buying pool there, because it can be used normally more than for a restaurant. It's a retail space. Well, it depends on what it's on. I can't say that. So really not my lane at this point. May change in the future. Plenty of them out there, man. I seen the other day, this McDonald's, it was there for, for a long time, McDonald's had the reputation that it had never been a McDonald's closed before. That lasted a long time.
A long time.
Not anymore, but it lasted a long time. So they normally would buy just premium. Have you ever seen The Founder, the movie The Founder?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie. It was a real estate. the location. Normally they're killer locations. Even if they close, they still, for that area, they're going to be killer locations. Normally a corner lot or whatever. Anyway, so this one closed here in Birmingham, and I saw somebody put a restaurant in it the other day or whatever. Hey, boy, I went over that Sunday. Was it not this past Sunday, but not yesterday, but the last Sunday, boy, at the lounge out the door. It's a soul food place they put over there because it's in the hood. Just be true, just transparent. And so I said, now, if they fail, now I went in there another day. I went in there one day. I just drove by on that Sunday, and just to see what they had. I was trying to see if they had some whole whiting. They did. They had some filet whiting, but they didn't have whole. I didn't get that anywhere. So anyway, so they were doing good business that day. But that Sunday, you couldn't even. There was a church across there. People park all over there, just lying out the door. Now I said, if this business fail, either I ain't even gonna say the food ain't good because they in there eating. It don't have to be pure management if they fail. Pure management.
Because of the church?
No, just because how much business they getting.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a wait time.
Yeah, wait time.
Sometimes that pans off. Is it based upon how the food tastes?
That's what I'm saying. If the food is good,
tastes good. The food tastes good.
I hadn't tested it, but I'm assuming it's
good. If there's a line, the food gotta taste good.
Yeah.
There's a thing in there's this spot in Louisiana. It's called it's not Churches. It's is it Churches?
I love New Orleans food.
I gotta think about. It's another chicken spot. The line be just crazy, and the food is horrible. the chicken is horrible. To me, it is, but
you know what I'm saying? It's probably an amount of people that do love it, though. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason.
Absolutely. I mean,
I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait no line for no. There's too many options. I'm just not gonna do it.
What about if they had the whole whiting? You wouldn't stay in line?
I said I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. When I say a line like out the door like that, I'm not gonna do it. Like when I went to Las Vegas, and who goes with me? You know, what's the place to do with the show? Hell's Kitchen.
Chef Ram.
The only way we go now. I'll wait if we waiting to open like we did, and I'll wait 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 15, but I ain't doing it. Oh, we got 45 minutes.
If the line is moving fast
They
and
talking
the food
about 45 minutes. I'm telling you, that's what the receptionist tells you, 45 minutes. Oh, no. Is this the only restaurant in this city? Because otherwise, I'll find something to eat somewhere else. I'm just not going to wait. You know, I'm just not. So what I'll do, a lot of people don't like to do.
So 45 minutes is not normal in Birmingham to wait on food?
I don't care if it is, it ain't. No. Some places maybe, but it don't matter. I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to go to the bar, and I say, y'all got something open in the bar. A lot of times that's what you can do.
Yeah.
Like, some people don't like to eat at the bar, but I do it all the time because I eat by myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you just go to the bar. But nah, I ain't gonna do that. Just not.
No, because I had some friends in town not too long ago, and they wanted to go to Chili's, which I hate Chili's, but I was just going because they wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
And they went to one Chili's on one side of town, and they told them 25 minutes. They drove to the other side of town, which was going to take 25 minutes to wait again for 25 minutes. So I don't understand.
Well, I assume they didn't know. I guess when they got old, they got to wait now. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but you just drove 25 minutes. So, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like my point is, I feel like it's normal to wait like at least 20 minutes. Normally, if they say 45 minutes, it's not going to be 45 minutes at a restaurant. Mm-hmm. Normally, unless it's like one of those type of restaurant. But I just think they just tell you that to see if you're going to be patient. That's my thought, right? Because it's never 45 minutes. I mean, any restaurant that had me wait. Now, other than Lambert's where have you ever been to Lambert's in where to throw rolls or whatever? Now it'd be 2 hours, and people be waiting.
Next question.
Yeah,
doing that.
Jashawn Hawk. I drove by my mom and pop storage facility that's not vacant. Do you think I should call the owner to see if he wants to sell? Also, there's a vacant lot next to it that seemed like it was for sale by a realtor, but took the sign down.
On the mom and pop self-storage, most definitely. That's the only way you're going to know. That's the only way you're going to know. Is that, are they open to selling? As far as that lot, we just need more information, obviously. But on the self-storage, most definitely, that's the only way you're going to know. Call them up.
Berna, does it make sense targeting some small on-market storage facilities I keep getting on LoopNet?
Very, to answer your question, ideally, on those are definitely off market. Ideally, because a broker is involved, that makes it a little bit more difficult in that world. It's just a different world. We can't operate the same like you do with houses. Too much sophistication, attorneys involved on everything. Seems like it's best just deal with the owner.
Off market.
If I come up with a better mousetrap, you'll obviously be the first to know.
All right. Rashad Saunders. Hey guys, are short sales valid KISS targets?
Well, short sales are a different animal, Chevy probably has more experience with than me, but I don't have the patience for them.
Yeah, short sales on average is 3 months minimum, and then you gotta hold it for a while. Like, no, they're not. No, they're not.
Yeah, if you're gonna do short sales, you need to do short sales. Like, have a bunch of them working at once with a lot of patience. But often, if you're doing them after 5-6 months, they should start hitting the ones that will hit, because and it's just the business. But with short sales, definitely you can wait those 3-4 months to get an answer back from the lender, and it's still not a deal. You did all that
Yeah.
stuff, and they still
because
discounted
you're gonna be paying for appraisals, you're gonna be paying for rehab, for a scope of work, you're gonna pay to keep the utilities on. It's just very stressful to do a short sale. But if you're gonna be the short sale king, cool. But if you just want a one-off situation, nah. Unless the because typically what happened is because I had a short sale that fell apart at the last minute, just because had a buyer in place, had the buyer in place ready to go, and had a had a like a the realtor that was involved in it wasn't dialed in the way that I needed them to be dialed in for us to get it to the finish line because we had a buyer in place, everything was good to go, and then at the last minute, the bank the buyer turned around and the deal fell from underneath me where the deal was sold, and I was just like, all right, man, whatever. But yeah. So my realtor got the realtor that was representing me as a buyer got with the other buyer, and because the deal took too long and we wasn't able to renegotiate the agreement, like do an extension, so it fell apart. So yeah, I mean I've done short sales, don't get me wrong, but there's some that will fall apart at the last minute. I mean that's like anything else though, for sure.
I'm sure that could be frustrating, very frustrating. Jarvis Brown has an opinion. He's saying wholesaling real estate is over from Facebook.
Of course it is. Of course it is, Jarvis.
Yeah, Josh.
You're right, Jarvis.
Thank you for your participation.
You're right, Jarvis. You're definitely right. Wait more than 15. Oh yeah, they talking about the food stuff. Yeah, 15 minutes. And Vincent Lilly is also saying, and be careful with short sales because the seller could change their minds right at the end of the deal, and you'll be stressed out. So
I mean, that's anything though. That's not just a short sale. Like, I mean, it's all about rapport and what you're doing.
And Gemini Ways is asking, I saw a house that was in an LLC and 20 in the portfolio. Should I stay away from LLCs with the KISS method?
No, those are good to go after.
Yeah, people are still behind those LLCs.
Yeah, those are good to go after. I mean, because an LLC understand what you're doing. You know, an LLC will be more on board to sell at a discount, especially if it's in distress. And they get it. They understand the game. I've wholesaled a lot of deals through LLC. And they're literally like, man, if you bring a buyer, I'm like, yeah, I got a buyer for it. You just need to sign a contract with me first, though. They're like, okay, let's see what you can do. Plain and simple. It's less stress at the same time as well. Because like I said, they understand what you're doing.
Polo 0697 on Instagram is asking, have any of you guys ever wholesaled an apartment community?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've never done anything above, I think, 20 units, so nothing major.
And 533 Care. This is the question. What is the best way to find investors? I think he means buyers, but same thing.
Text the word BOSS to 205-964-5243. That's a paid way. A free way is network your butt off in Facebook groups.
Facebook
tons of them. Yeah.
You go. Ooh, this one that I revisited, meetup.com. Remember that?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever been to the site before. I heard
I think, like, I wonder, I mean, have you checked out like the local things? Do they still meet together like locally in the city? or they just all online, or how's that
All
work?
everything online, all Zoom.
Oh,
Also another good place to find buyers is on BBB. You can find buyers on Better Business Bureau. Yeah,
interesting.
Better Business Bureau, and then for LLCs, you can find buyers on Open Corporate as well.
So
So
note
yeah,
that down.
but wholesaling is dead. We might as well just get off. We might as well shut it down. This is it. It's a wrap. We-
Oh,
it's a wrap. Everybody go home.
yeah. So, folks,
There's nothing to
There's
see
no
here.
money.
There's nothing to see
There,
here. Nothing to see here.
there's
drive safe. Drive safe. Drive safe. All right. Well, yeah, we've been rolling pretty hard here.
we have been rolling pretty hard. Before we go, there was
This is the last show. Go ahead.
Jarvis said, so
say
we're
whatever.
splitting the whole ship down. This is what we're doing.
so have you ever seen Seinfeld?
You know what? You know what?
Bro, Phil.
To answer your question, I know what it is. Obviously, I've never watched the whole episode, but go ahead.
All right, so there was this episode where Jerry was telling George that he had to leave the room on a high note because he's been trying to tell jokes inside of a conference room, and whenever they start laughing, he's like, "Okay, that's it, I'm out, I'm done," and he just walks out the room whenever he says something funny. So yeah, that's crazy. I say that to say this, like,
So we're leaving on a high night. No.
yes,
Yes.
this is it. Yes,
Right.
This is it.
this is it. This is our last show. Thank you guys.
Hold on. Polo 0697 is asking, can you show us how to find buyers on BBB? See, that's content that Chevy could do on his channel.
On BBB?
On BBB,
Yeah.
Better Business Bureau. He said you can find buyers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I've never thought about it in that way, but okay.
I never thought about it that way.
Absolutely. Let me show it to y'all. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go to bbb.com and what we're gonna do now, all right? So you have your city, whatever city it is, and we're gonna do real estate. Let's see what we got here. Real estate. Is it real estate? Oh, let's see. Real estate.
Boom.
Yeah. Real estate investing, real estate companies. Okay. Let's try once more.
Make no mistake.
Real estate, sell titles of Florida. So whatever city that you're in or wherever you have your deal at, you can just type in real estate companies, real estate investing for that particular city, and it'll pull up all the different companies in the area and all their phone number, and you just reach out and call them, and that's it. And then the conversation is, hey, do you do any the conversation when talking to a buyer is that, hey, do you do any assignment of contracts? Do you do business with any wholesalers? Whatever the case may be. Plain and simple. So whatever city you have a deal in, you just type in real estate companies in that city, and you just cold calling them.
Yeah, this is a Juju. If you're just tuning in, we're shutting it down. This is our last show for today until Wednesday.
Yeah, we think we can get wholesaling back on track between now and
Wednesday.
Yeah, we're we're gonna save wholesaling. Remember they've been saying that hip hop is dead for 20 years now.
Oh, for sure. That's a good point.
Hip hop is
No,
dead for
no
20
doubt.
years now. So yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so with that being said, appreciate you guys making this go really well. Hopefully you guys learned something from today's topic. You can go back to the beginning to check out what I was talking about there. The tool you can use for land is if you text the word grid, GRID, or text APN to 205-964-5243. We were talking about tools earlier. You can check out the promo that PropStream has, giving you $50 skip tracing credit for the month. So text tool to that number, 205-964-5243. And what else we got? With that being said, enough of that. So we've been rolling almost exactly 2 hours.
2 hours.
So obviously Chevy wasn't the pickup guy today. So we appreciate him making the sacrifices. His daughter's sitting there waiting on him.
I got family from out of town and everything, man. I got my brother from Jersey, and then my cousin from Georgia.
You didn't cook big. Oh, that was you were cooking. You cooked today or the weekend or just?
Oh, dude, jerk chicken is just a standard, man. Like we do that every week. That's just a standard. Like jerk chicken is, man. And then my wife made some ackee saltfish with some fried dumpling this morning for breakfast. We're gonna make some curry chicken later on, dude. It's like little Jamaica in this house, bro.
Okay,
we putting it down.
All right,
we putting it down.
I hate them 10 hours away. All right, but all right, we're gonna let Chevy eat that, and I guess I'll go figure out it. I'll see if I got a fresh can of sardines down here that I can eat.
I eat it up.
And so
great time down there.
Hey, wish me luck. I got a fresh can of Barcliff or Bearcliff, whatever it's called, for sardines. And it's water
to wash it down. Okay.
Yeah, Briarcliff, I think is what it's called. Sardines.
Oh man.
All right, though. Appreciate everyone that joined us. Thanks. And we will see you guys on the FLIP SID.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Yeah.